Hi, it's Marcos the Realtor again. I got another project on my BMW. If you guys remember, I replaced the radiator on this thing, and actually it's worked really well ever since. I haven't had any problems. The cars run great, but now I have a mass airflow sensor problem, so I'm going to go ahead and try replacing that. Never done that before either on this thing, but I think I know what to do after looking at several videos. So I'm going to go ahead and document it for you guys. So it looks like mass airflow sensors right there. So similar to what I had to do with when getting to the radiator, I'm gonna have to take this thing off, and looks like this wiring's gonna have to come off. So let's get to it. So as shown before in the other video, there's several tabs to take care of. There's 1, 2, there's 3, 4, and 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those taken off. You also got to get this right here loosened up. So I usually just loosen those up. And you gotta use a 10. There's your size right there. And I usually just get them loosened up until I can spin them off with my finger. I found that that's much faster, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Got those screws off. I just set them right there, so now you can remove this by just disconnecting it here. And actually, I forgot one more thing. Let me grab that real quick. You have to loosen this clamp here, and then there's another one on this side. So you go ahead and get that out of there. Once you unclamp it, you can pull it off, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Once you get those two clips, this top portion here where the air filter is housed comes right off. So you just move it out of the way. And here apparently is the mass airflow sensor. So I'm pretty sure I gotta get this off of here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that right there. Once I do that, it should be fairly straightforward to twist it out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting this off and that screw. So the way that I got that off is I gently pried up that clip just slightly, which freed up this notch, and I was able to pull it out. Alright, so I went ahead and loosened that guy as well, and now you can just basically get that off of there. And so this happens to be the mass airflow filter. So one thing I need to make sure I remember is to put it back in correctly. So this funny pattern looking thing goes in, and this other side is facing the air filter. So as long as I remember that, I'll be good to go. So here's the new mass airflow sensor I picked up. Got it from my boy Nate at O'Reilly's. This is it right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this, stick it in there, and hopefully it solves my issue that I have going on. On the left is the bad one, or what I'm hoping is the bad one. On the right is the new, cleaner one. I don't know if it's coming in over the camera, but you can definitely see that this one is a lot more dirty and damaged. And this one's new and ready to go in. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it put in. Remember having this oriented correctly. Go ahead and push this in. And looks like I may need 2 hands for this, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that done real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, we got it in. I'm just gonna take the clip that we took off earlier and put it back into place. And just take a look real quick to make sure it's in decent shape. Looks like it's not damaged or anything. Give it a nice little push to get that notch right there to take hold. And we got it going. Wires look okay. I'm hoping that they are in good shape. They look physically okay. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten that guy back. Get the rest of it put back together. We should be good to go. Hopefully this takes care of my error code I have. I got it tightened up right here. One thing I wanted to point out, and I didn't notice earlier, like I said, I'm not much of a car guy and just figuring all this stuff out. This actually has arrows. So I guess you don't have to remember it the way that I did. Follow those arrows and you'll get it put into place properly. One other thing that I just realized I did not have to do was I didn't really have to take these out, because that loosens the entire assembly here. I didn't need to remove this whole thing. I guess you could have if you wanted to make sure you had extra space, but I was able to get this in and out without having to remove this whole thing. So I guess up to you guys, but this right here wasn't necessary. I didn't have to take those screws out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this and clamp it back into place. Remember, there's quite a few of them on here, so you just want to get them on there correctly. And it can only go on one way, but I just wanted to make sure you knew that there's specific holes that plug into this right here. And then over here is where the massive flow sensor plugs in. There's just a circle. It's very self-explanatory. And here's your clamps, so you'll want to get these clamped on to put it back into place. Here's the other clamps that you'll want to go ahead and take care of. Alright, I got it all assembled back together. Screws are in place. That screw's tightened down real good. This thing's plugged in. Got the clamps in here, holding it together. Got all of these on all sides put together. Got this pushed in nice and snug. So hopefully that takes care of the error code, because I need some tags on this damn car. Well, see you guys next time. I have a random problem I have to fix and don't know what the hell I'm doing. Later, guys.